Good afternoon. It's not Shane. Um, I think it's Friday the 4th, I think, of February. I don't know. I still haven't figured out what day it is. I know it's Friday. So I'm at my brother's house and my sister-in-law's house, Britt and Sherry, and I'm hanging out with Max, their dog. They're on some errands, and I just wanted to send, make a message to everybody. Um, I love my friends that um, have left me behind. I love my wife and my daughter um, from that marriage. And she's not my real daughter. She's my stepdaughter. She's not even my stepdaughter. I never did adopt her, but she's called me daddy her whole life, and she meant it because I'm her daddy. And I love her, and I love her husband. Um, I love all my friends that have left me behind. I didn't leave you. I did not leave you guys. I did not leave you. You left me. I didn't shun you. You shunned me. That's the truth. I didn't shun my wife. She shunned me. I didn't shun my daughter. She shunned me. I didn't shun my son-in-law. He shunned me. I didn't shun the elders. They shunned me. That's the truth. That is the absolute truth. I didn't shun the circuit overseer. He shunned me. I kept reaching out to them over and over, and they shunned me. I was still their brother, and they shunned me. I don't even know what my situation is with Jehovah's Witnesses. They never told me. I don't know if I'm one of Jehovah's Witnesses according to them, or if I got disfellowshipped. I don't know. I have no clue. That's what happens when you get shunned. People quit talking to you and they quit telling you things. And I found out a few things through the congregation because the elders would not talk to me. And at the time, I found out that I had been removed as an elder and removed as a pioneer because I just got removed. They didn't make an announcement why. The person who told me said they thought it was just because I was tired and I needed a break. And they just assumed that I was just stepping aside for a while, temporarily. And he was surprised to learn that this was all brought on by the elders. And yeah, that's in writing. I posted that on Reddit a long time ago. That was when I was right after I fell. I fell and I hurt my head really bad. Somewhere around Thanksgiving of 2021. I fell 40 feet off of a cliff onto the sandy beach below, and I nearly died. I had to get airlifted out of there. I was at Salt Creek up in Port Angeles, Washington. And yeah, they airlifted me out and they took me to Harborview, and I don't remember much of it because I was told I had busted bones in my face and I ripped my ear, and I still have scars in my head, long scars that they had to stitch up. But the main thing is I smashed this eye orbit and I smashed this sinus, and I was messed up. Oh boy, was I ever messed up. They were wondering how I was even alive. but I survived. And they told me I had blood on my brain. I've never had that. I didn't know what it meant. For all I know, I still do. I don't know. They said it would eventually dissipate, and that, I don't know. Do I feel the effects of it still? Oh yeah. I can't work. I get dizzy, like when I lay down to go to sleep or take a nap, or if I'm laying prone and I get up right away, my head just starts spinning. Yeah, I can't work. I get dizzy. Who knows how long that's going to last or if it'll ever go away. I don't know. I'm messed up, but I'm coherent and I can think, and I'm upright and I'm breathing and my heart's pumping blood. So I'm just going to do what I can. I'm just living one day at a time, 1 minute at a time right now. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you guys that I'm doing okay. If you're wondering what happened to me, well, I did fall. I woke up from the fall in the hospital. That's when I came to, and I was in the hospital. I don't remember the trip to the hospital. I don't know how I got there. I was told I was airlifted. I was told that I had fell early. Well, I know I was up till dawn. I remember it being dawn and the light. I saw daylight and I was walking and I just wanted to be by the daylight. So what I wanted is to be by daylight. I wanted the light. And I saw the light and I was going towards the light, and I just didn't realize when I stepped through the woods. I went back and checked it out. I kind of figured out what I did. It took me a while to figure it out, like weeks. But I was looking for the light, for the light of day. I wanted it. And I was on a mission to get to that light. And I just walked right off the edge of that cliff. I didn't know it was a cliff. I stepped over some trees or something, and I thought I was stepping into the light. And boy, did I ever step into the light. I stepped right off a cliff. It was still dark. I mean, it wasn't like there was daylight everywhere. It was early in the morning, and I was looking for the light. And I stepped right off the cliff. And I didn't do it on purpose. There was a lot of worry about that and a lot of wondering. And, I was accused of doing it on purpose, that I wanted to end my life. Last thing I wanted to happen. I was so excited because I had woken up and I realized that I was no longer going to be serving man. I was serving God now, and I was serving Jesus. I was so stoked. And I'm still stoked. But in my exuberance to get to the light that night, early in the morning, I stepped right off of the cliff and fell. That's what happened. It took me a while to remember it all, but I remember that night now. I remember what happened. So I survived. And thank God I survived. And thank Jesus Christ. And I live to tell you about it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm telling you about it. Telling everybody who will listen. I doubt if my wife will ever watch this. I doubt if my daughter will ever watch this. I doubt if my son-in-law will ever watch this. But just in case they do, That's what happened. That's all. I wasn't trying to kill myself. I never once, ever wanted to kill myself after I woke up. And by I woke up, I mean woke up from living in a cult, living a cult life like I was as a Jehovah's Witness. I was asleep, but I woke up from that. That's what I'm talking about. Not when I woke up at the hospital. That's a whole nother deal. But I woke up and I realized I was in a cult. I'm not in that cult anymore. I'm out. I don't know if they still think I'm in it. I don't know, because they never told me. It doesn't matter. I made my declaration in public. I did that. I did that in Sequim, Washington. A couple days before I fell. Yeah. A couple days before I fell, I made that declaration at the Sequim Co-op gas station. Yep, that's a real place. It was closed when I was there, but the gas pumps were open and I was pumping my car full of gas because I was leaving. I was on a mission to get out of there. And I never got out of there. I had an episode that night. Something happened. I didn't bring it on. I was trying to get away, but I got accosted by a couple of elders from my hall. One elder in particular who showed up first. And I don't know how he got there. I don't know if my wife used her app, that's Life 360, to figure out I was there. And she told him where I was and he ran over there on foot. Maybe. I don't know. Or was it all angelic direction? I don't know. Who knows? All I know is it happened. I didn't call the police. I didn't call that brother to come. His name's Russ. I didn't call him. He showed up. And then the police showed up and my wife showed up and I sent her packing. I was done with her. I didn't want her around. No, she had already, she had betrayed me. I knew it was over. I could tell by the way she was treating me. I was done. She had already judged me. She found me lacking. I couldn't be trusted. In her book, I was done. And I knew it. I was trying to get away from my own spiritual well-being. I was the one who felt threatened. I felt threatened spiritually. She says she was threatened spiritually. I felt threatened spiritually so bad that I needed to get out of town. I was going to live with her family, who were Mormons and pagans, which I don't even care. They were good people. I was going to go stay with them. I love those people. I thought they were great when I met them. That's the truth. That's where I was headed. And I never made it there. Nope. We had a big brouhaha at the co-op. The police showed up. The paramedics showed up. The police had a body camera. I told them to keep recording once I figured out they had a body camera because I knew something was going on and I didn't know what it was. And I wanted eyewitnesses to it. So it couldn't be denied. And I even recorded it with my phone, but not on video. I had a voice recorder. But a couple days later, when I went to Salt Creek, I left my phone at the trailer. I forgot about that. I actually went out looking for my phone later because I thought I lost it. But when I went to court to hear about my protection order that my wife got against me, that kept me from going back to the trailer, that's a whole story. Anyway, she lied and she had me removed from my house forcibly by the police, the sheriff. It was like 2 days after I got out of the hospital, which I got home super early. I shouldn't have been home. I should have been still at the hospital under their care, but I needed to go home because she told me she wasn't going to go home and that the animals needed to be cared for. And I was worried about our animals. I was taking care of 2 guinea pigs for my stepdaughter, and I was taking care of the cat, and I was taking care of the ducks. We had 3 runner ducks. And I was taking care of all those animals because my wife had moved out. She left me. And she didn't want me to come home. She told me when she came to the hospital she didn't want me home. And I just told her I gotta go home. What I really needed was for her to take care of her husband because I had severe brain injury and I shouldn't have been left alone. But hey, them's the breaks. So I went home. They took the hospital gave me a ride home in a taxi. They gave me a taxi ride all the way from Seattle to Sequim. It's a long ways. And he dropped me off, and I got there, and my wife was nowhere to be found. But I immediately set into taking care of the animals, petting my ducks and loving them, taking care of the cat, loving him, taking care of those guinea pigs. I loved them, but I didn't pick them up. I just told them I loved them. They were so cute. And that lasted for, 2 days? And then the sheriff came. I wasn't expecting it. I mean, I thought it crossed my mind because it happened to me before when I was married before. My wife, who was not a Jehovah's Witness, she was raised as one, but she wasn't baptized. She had me thrown out of the house under the same pretenses. She went to a judge and lied to him to get me thrown out. I'm not trying to upset my children. I told my daughter about it, my younger daughter, and I told her how Brooke basically copied what my first wife did because I still had that protection order from 1996. I still had it. I wanted to show it to my kids one day to show them why I got thrown out of the house and all the lies that were in it. It was hurtful. And I just thought maybe one of these days my kids will want to read this and it will help them maybe look at me a little bit different because I wasn't that bad. I mean, I didn't do those things that were in that protection order that my first wife signed. I mean, I didn't do it. I went to court and I talked to the judge. I said, what about all these things she said? Aren't you, she said these things are not true. They didn't care. They weren't going to do anything to her for lying. That's fine. I'm glad they didn't. I mean, it's for the best. Where I screwed up is I told my second wife what my first wife had done, and she copied it. She did. She made up lies. Terrible things about me. And the judge, they favor the party that comes in with the complaint. They favor that one, and it's usually a woman. I don't know how often a man can get this done, but I would think I would have a hard time making up lies about my wife and going to a judge and getting them to give me a protection order. I just don't see it happening. I just don't. Anyway, it happened. Yeah. And I got thrown out. And I didn't have anywhere to go. So I lived on the street. It was rough. It was really rough. I'm still reeling from it, actually. I survived it. And it has affected me in many ways. It's been a very, very good lesson. And it has made me rely on Jesus Christ big time. It's the truth. I rely on Jesus Christ, which means I rely on Jehovah God, the Almighty, as well. But my faith is in Jesus Christ right now. And I have faith in God's power, the Holy Spirit, of course. I trust in that, and I have faith in it. I trust in Jesus because he's the way and the truth and the life. So, Jesus is my God right now. I'm looking to him for the answers. And that means I'm looking to Jehovah as well. I'm not claiming that I worship a Trinity or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. I recognize Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. And I recognize that nobody can get to the Father, Jehovah God, the Almighty, unless they go through Jesus. And I am empowered by the Holy Spirit. That's what's keeping me going. That's what's helping me survive. I should be dead. I should be dead from the fall. I should be dead because my blood pressure is crazy right now. I just tested it. I don't even know where the tester is. I just tested it. It's like 220 over 120 or something like that. What can I do? I'm taking what medicine I have left, and I've applied for more medicine, but there's some kind of snafu with the paperwork. I don't know. I'm taking CBD. I'm also taking some natural stuff. I'm taking cayenne oil. Yeah, I'm taking 2 kinds of that. One that I bought and one that I made that my brother-in-law told me about, Bob Langford. I'm trying both of them. I don't know if it's working or not. I feel okay. But I have this dissected something dissection. It's called a something dissection. It's actually, what it is a aneurysm. It's an aneurysm. It's not in my heart, though. It's down lower. It's in my abdomen. There's a big vein that comes off the heart, and then it branches off to the right and the left to go to your legs. And the one that goes off to my left leg, there's an aneurysm there. That something or other dissection. I can't remember what it's called. But basically, the vein doctor told me that it's unraveling. And it's ballooning out. And it's like at 2 centimeters. When it gets, I think it's at 2. Maybe it's a little less now. I don't know. Anyway, when it gets to 3 centimeters, they have to operate. Because if it gets bigger than 3 centimeters, they're afraid it's going to blow up and that I'll die. She told me that I will die before I can make it to a major hospital. Where I lived, which would have been getting airlifted. But maybe here, I don't know. I'm in California now. Maybe Redding is the closest hospital. Maybe they can do that kind of operation where they could fix that. I don't know. But if it blows, I'm a goner. So anyway, I have that. And of course, I got the blood brain thing. But I don't think I'm going to die from that anymore. I don't feel like I'm going to lose my mind like I did before. That's a gnarly thing to go through. I'm not 100% cured from that. I'm going to be living with this for a long time. I don't know if it'll ever go away, but I can think and I can reason and I can remember more than I used to. My short-term memory is getting better. It is getting better. It was non-existent for a while. And my speech is getting better. For a long time, I went through this phase where I just could not speak without cussing like a sailor. It's all part of the healing process. I still say stuff. I still say things I say I shouldn't say them, but you know what? I say them. I don't, I try not to. I try not to be vile. I try not to say things, but I do. It comes out. Thank Jesus for his blood that covers sins, because I'm going to need it. I'm going to need it. But you know what? We all need it. I'm not the only one. But, this is my journey. This is my truth. So, I just want the people that are in Washington and in California and in Mexico, anybody that my life has come in contact with, anybody who's had dealings with me in the past, if I offended you, I'm sorry. I'm sure I did. I'm sorry. If there are things I've done that were offensive, I'm sorry. There's people that I owe money to right now. I'm sorry. I don't have any money. I'm not working. I'm sorry. There's people from a long time ago that I owe money to. Business deals that went bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There's people that have loaned me money. Not much, but a little bit, a couple $100. That I tried to pay him back. And I did make payments, and I don't even know how much I owe left. How much is left? I don't know. A couple $100 maybe. Maybe. Like Ray in Mexico, in Cabo. I'm sorry. I know I owe you money. I don't even know how much it is, brother. I'm sorry. I don't have any money right now. It's been rough. The guy I bought the car from, Eric, I don't have any money. But you know what? I did give you my guitars. I gave you the Guild clone. It's not a real Guild. It's a clone. I had it for sale for $500, I think. I don't know how much it's worth. And that Yamaha electric, that was a nice guitar. I don't know how much it's worth. And that Ibanez guitar I gave you, that one's missing some parts. It's probably not worth much. But I did give you those. Sell them. I'm sorry. I don't have any money. I've tried to find work. I have. I'm trying to get state aid. I got an appointment on Monday. I don't know. I just don't have any money to give you, buddy. I'm sorry. I can't ask my brother for it. Not for a car. Not when I gave you things in lieu of it. And you gave me the title. I mean, the car's registered in my name. But if you want it back, you can come get it. You can have the car back if you want it. Bring me my guitars, and I'll give you your car back. How's that? I don't have to have the car. It got me here. I don't even know where the title is. I think I do have the title. I think I got it in the mail just before I left Port Angeles. So anyway. So I think I'll break this video up a little bit because I've been rambling. Anyway, I'm looking forward to see what the future holds for me. I'm doing better. I'm feeling better. I think I'm going to be getting baptized soon. I'm excited about that. Life is good. I don't have any complaints. Life is excellent. I'm so happy. And my brothers up in Sequim, Josh, I love you, man. Please wake up. Please wake up. Russ, please wake up. Scott, please wake up. It's my prayer that you guys wake up before it's too late. Joe wants his name back. You gotta get out while the getting's good. And in Jesus' name, I pray that you do. Amen. Am I not Shane? Your brother? I am not Shane.